That's always kind of been her thing, right? Drawing?
You have to promise not to freak out.
Amber drew that?
She's working through some stuff.
You know, feelings aren't bad. When you get angry, sad, or scared, put it in here, where it can't hurt anyone.
Here's the thing. Life is all about balancing the good and the bad.
I saw an eyeball with legs.
Every part of that was horrifying.
Sketch, in theaters August 6th. Get your tickets now at angel.com/sketch.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mack with 5 good news stories. Bad story to begin with, but it ends kind of okay. A 2-year-old shihtzu named Rex dashed into a bar when the dog ran in during a soccer game. Dan, the manager, took the puppy, took him to the vet to see if he was okay and find out where he had come from. Dan was shocked to learn that Rex's owner had passed away. He now lives at the bar. Dan says he's been great. All the customers love him. They even buy him presents. He loves attention. He loves treats. He's so spoiled. If we have takeaway, he has takeaway. If we have roast dinner, he has roast dinner. When we first took him, there was a period where it was difficult. You're trying to run a business. There's a dog running around the place. It could be tough, but now he likes to sit down and chill. It's like he's found his home now. He's well-trained, and we're so thrilled to have him with us. He sits and waits people to come in and inspects them. We don't know how he knows which guests are up to no good, but he's usually right. He's a well-behaved dog, but I think he needs a girlfriend. Good news, 70 is the new 60. Scientists have figured out that age-related declines experienced by older adults have significantly slowed down, according to a new study from Nature Aging. They attribute this to improvements in education, nutrition, and sanitation across the 20th century. Professor John Beard of Columbia University said, for example, a 68-year-old born in 1950 had a similar capacity to a 62-year-old born a decade earlier. Those born in 1940 had better functioning than those born in 1930 or 20. If we had compared someone born in 1950 with someone born in 1920, we would have likely observed even greater improvements. But there's nothing to say we'll continue to see the same improvements moving forward, and changes such as the increasing prevalence of obesity might even see those trends reverse. But overall, trends were very strong and suggest that for many people, 70 really may be the new 60. Remember those horrible fires earlier this year? Well, the Wildlife Conservancy is doing a cancer study based on firefighters who battled the Palisades fire. The goal is to track how the extreme conditions increase the firefighters' risk of cancer. Dr. Matt Ron is the executive director of the conservatory and says this is the equivalent of a 9/11 scale exposure incident, and we need to start treating them like this. The firefighters who battled the Palisades blaze were exposed to hazardous substances like carbon monoxide and heavy metals. Those can lead to cancer. Ron said, this isn't just a wildfire where vegetation is burning. This is, thousands of homes, a contamination event. 50 participating firefighters had their blood drawn, provided a urine sample, and shared personal details. Researchers hope to turn their work into a multi-generational study and see if there can be improvement in firefighter protective gear, precautions, and interventions. Some volunteers have made a giant quilt of 1,000 blankets in memory of homeless people who died in the cold. It's the Homeless Memorial Blanket Project. They've been working on it for 4 years. Their goal is to honor those who have lost their lives while living on the street and advocate for a future without homelessness. After hundreds of blankets are collected, they're laid out on a display for the public to see and learn more about the safety risks of homelessness, like hypothermia, which takes the lives of an estimated 700 unhoused people in the U.S. every year. If you're interested in joining future homeless memorial blanket projects, you can go to their Facebook group.
What if everything you've been taught about happiness is wrong? We chase careers, approval, more stuff, hoping it'll finally make us feel fulfilled, but it never sticks. What if happiness isn't out there, but already inside you, just waiting to be unlocked? Discover the book, The Happiness Experiment. Every person has a unique happiness type, and when you understand yours, everything shifts. You'll stop chasing and start creating joy on your own terms. Discover your happiness type with a free happiness type assessment. Go to myhappinesstype.com. That's myhappinesstype.com. It takes just a minute and it might change your life. Then grab your copy of The Happiness Experiment at Books A Million. This isn't just a book, it's a practical framework, a journey inward. It's a tool to help you reconnect with the happiness that's been waiting inside you all along. Pick up The Happiness Experiment and start your happiness experiment today.
In Wales, the ambulance service has given a list of their most inappropriate calls to their 999 emergency number, so that's their version of 911 here in the States. The Welsh Ambulance Service said those included a finger stuck in a beer bottle and a person whose pet alligator got loose and probably got talked about on this program. The organization said in 2024 they got 426,116 calls. Of those, 63,836, that's 15%, were determined not to be life or death emergencies. One caller called in with a chipped tooth. Another couldn't remove a bracelet. The alligator one said, "It got loose and I'm scared to death. I don't like it. I think it's under the sofa." Another caller said, "I stuck my finger in a plug socket. I didn't feel any effect, but I'm ruling out if I electrocuted myself." One caller said the cotton from the end of a Q-tip was stuck in someone's ear. Another said, "I've got a question. My general practitioner refuses to give me sleeping pills. How do I get a hold of sleeping pills?" This is 911 they're calling, or 999. Andy Swinburne is the executive director of paramedicine and reminds everyone, our emergency ambulance service exists for those whose life is in imminent danger. That's people in cardiac arrest, those with chest pains, breathing difficulties, loss of consciousness, choking, severe allergic reactions, catastrophic bleeding, or someone having a stroke. It's really important to apply common sense and make the right call. Those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you would like the program without commercial interruption or feed drops, go to caloroga.com/plus. Or if you're on Apple Podcasts, click the banner that says uninterrupted listening. You have an awesome day.
From Caloroga Shark Media comes Celebrity Trials, the explosive new podcast that exposes the truth behind America's most captivating cases. I'm Reed Carter, and I'll take you inside real live daily trials and classic celebrity cases where fame, power, and justice collide. From Jeffrey Epstein's billion-dollar sex trafficking empire to the prep school killer who walked free, from family annihilators to celebrity plea deals, discover the shocking verdicts, twisted evidence, and cultural forces that shape American justice. These aren't just crimes, they're cultural moments that reveal who we really are. Justice isn't always swift, but it's absolutely riveting. Celebrity Trials, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz, a new podcast from Caloroga Shark Media. They built a detention center in the Florida Everglades to separate families and break spirits. Surrounded it with alligators, figured that'd be the end of it. What they didn't count on was Tommy Esperanza, a quiet maintenance worker who turned their bureaucratic nightmare into something extraordinary. While corrupt politicians profited from human suffering and incompetent officials created disasters with PowerPoint presentations, Tommy built an underground network that reunited families, exposed massive fraud, and brought down a congressman. Where the Gators were smarter than the guards, families fought back against systematic cruelty, and one man proved that wisdom beats authority every single time. Alligator Alcatraz, available wherever you get your podcasts.